Hello folks, I'm Michael with BC Hobbies, and this is the Atlas HO Scale Alco S-4. The Alco S series of diesel locomotives began in 1940 with the introduction of the S1 and S2, followed by the S3 and S4 in 1950. The S1 and S3 are virtually identical except for minor upgrades, as are the S2 and S4. Most were built by Alco in New York, but some were also built by the Montreal Locomotive Works in Canada. These switchers were widely used across the US, Canada, Mexico, and Australia, and between all four models, they were produced for a total of 17 years. They were some of Alco's most successful diesel locomotives, and despite their age, several are still in service today. Atlas offers this model in all four prototype variations, with or without DCC and sound. The plain DC version sells for around $180 Canadian, while the DCC and sound version, which comes with an ESU lock sound decoder, sells for $300 Canadian. This has to be one of the best looking HO diesels I've ever reviewed. The molding is very finely detailed, paintwork is as clear and sharp as it gets, and every handrail and grab iron is separately applied and perfectly aligned. I'm not one to count rivets, but this model has no shortage of them. The only thing that detracts from the appearance is the lack of a cab interior, but that's something you could always add later. As good as this model looks, it's elevated even further by the sound. Of all the sound decoders I've tested, ESU lock sound is by far my favorite, and it really shines here. Many other sound-equipped locomotives have the volume cranked up way too loud from the factory, but this one was at just about the perfect level, and I never felt the need to change it. The sound is crisp, clear, and well balanced, and it does a good job of capturing that distinctive Alco rumble. One little detail you may or may not have noticed is the front headlight. The lens focuses the light and angles it downwards so that it visibly illuminates the track in front of it, but it's not overly bright if you look directly at it. That's something I've never seen on any other locomotive, and while it's subtle, it's the attention to detail like that that really makes this model stand out from the crowd. The mechanism is also top-notch. With the sound turned off, it runs smooth and whisper quiet, and it pulled everything I could throw at it with no issues. The decoder came programmed with a fair amount of momentum, and while I would normally turn that down for a switcher, I actually found it quite satisfying to operate this way. It's a fun challenge to plan ahead during switching moves and simulate the weight and inertia of a real train. Now, whenever I do these reviews, I always make a point to highlight both positive and negative things about the product in the interest of keeping things fair. But I have to say, I had a hard time finding stuff to complain about on this one. It really is a beautiful little piece of equipment. There is one catch, however. This is a limited production model, so once they're gone from dealers, there won't be any more available. If you want to pick one up, and I highly suggest that you do, now's the time. To get your Alco S-4, visit us at BC Hobbies or shop online at bchobbies.com. If you'd like to see more videos like this, please subscribe to the channel. I'm Michael, and I will see you next time.